Coach, how you doing, Coach? Coach, I'll die for you, Coach. I just want you to believe in me. I just want you to believe in me. Let's go to the Lions.
And they basically told me if I'm there, it's a possibility they're going to take me. So I had my phone right next to me, ringer on all the way up. Kept checking it, I was nervous, but when I got that call, it was just, I don't even know how to describe it, the feeling.
The Lions take one of my favorite players in this draft class, Isaac Tesla out of Arkansas. I'm giving this an A+. Almost 6'4", 214 pounds, ran a 4.43 in the combine.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon St. Brown.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live, Coach Dan, by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo! Talk Live, Coach Dan, by clicking.
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining us here today. Lions Talk Live. It is a Saturday morning edition, and I got power back. Hopefully most of you guys do too. If the storms that came on through and took out power throughout most of Southwest Michigan, even I guess you could say Northern Indiana, maybe Illinois, wherever you're watching, I hope you're safe. Hope you've been good, and I hope you got power. As you can tell from today's thumbnail, we got a little bit of a topic to dive into. Aiden Hutchinson, amongst a couple other Lions players, had some comments to say about different things, had some information to give out. We're going to dive into all that here during the main topic of the day. I think we all got something to say when it regards to Aiden Hutchinson, or I guess you could even be fair and say that the Detroit Lions as a whole, they might have a little bit more of a chip on their shoulder than most of us anticipated. Let's not forget, this is a team that, 15-2 a year ago, went through this, that, the other thing. I think most of us get it. If it wasn't for the injuries, this team might have just made a push for the Super Bowl and been in the Super Bowl. But Aiden Hutchinson's, that's not lost on him. He understands when that leg broke last year, it changed a lot of the trajectory for him, the great season he was having, and that Lions front. We're going to dive into what he had to say amongst other people in regards to that in the main topic of the day. Real quick, though, before we get into the 5 headlines now, everything in between, if you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Making that march for 13,800 subs. And we are, I don't know, man, you're going to make me do the math here early in the morning. We'll just say 70 subs away from it. So right around there, 70 subs away. So if you can help out with that, I would be thankful. And thanks for the assist. Also, if you have a half second on time, reach on down. It doesn't cost a dime. And hit that thumbs up button, that like button, hit all the buttons while you're at it. We try to get every episode of the show between 200, 300, 400 or more thumbs up or likes, because as you probably know if you watch YouTube, every time you get interaction on a video, it helps that channel out a whole lot. Last but never least, if you are considering buying or selling property anywhere in the great state of Michigan, let alone the continental United States, go ahead and give me a call or shoot me a text. You see the number on the screen, 269-998-2384. If you're looking to buy commercial property, vacant land, a new house, I've got over 30 years of experience in the industry. I can work on your behest, save some time, save some money. Make sure nobody is overcharging you for services you're not even buying, whatever it may be. Had a closing yesterday, and yes, we caught somebody trying to overcharge them a whole lot, like $5,000. So we got that taken off and saved, obviously, my clients a wee bit of cash. All right, with all that done said, let's get the show rocking and rolling and going, and let's get into the first topic. And you guys probably know if you watch the show for any length of time, that is 5 headlines now. And yes, I know some of you guys will ask me about updating stuff. I will, once we get to the 53-man cut down day, we know the final who's in, who's out of the team more than likely for the season. That's when I'll update more and more of the bits here on the show, but I am doing a few over time. All right, 5 headlines now. Lions undrafted free agent defender has the best chance to make Detroit's roster. Fan sign story by Jovian Afford. So we'll say this, the Lions are blessed. I don't think most of us could look out and say right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want to say, better teams overall from player 1 to 53 than the Detroit Lions. We got depth across the board and depth at basically every position out there. I'll leave it to you guys to debate if there's any spots we could really improve. But with that being said, it's going to be tough to make this roster. It's going to be real tough for an undrafted free agent to make this roster. But the fan side has come up with a list of some of the guys they think perhaps, just maybe, could go out and make the team. One of those players is somebody most of us probably don't know a whole lot about, and that's Grand Valley State safety Ian Kennelly. So anyways, if you haven't seen this guy play, I get it. Division II football doesn't get as many views as Division I football, yada, yada, yada. But Lions safeties coach Jim O'Neill had a conversation with Fanside and other reporters, to be fair, talked a whole lot about Dan Jackson, Maurice Norris, Lauren Strickland, all these different guys competing for the spots. And then he talked about Ian Kennelly. So, hey, in a nutshell, this kid's got some wheels. He's got some speed. He's got some athleticism, and he likes to hit. Make no mistakes about it. He is a typical Detroit Lions player. He's got the grit. He's got the passion. He's got the right personality traits. He might end up being a diamond in the rough. But if you don't know a lot about him, let's walk through him. He's 6'2", roughly 210 pounds. Right there, he is going to be a bigger body out on the field. Now, keep in mind, he is a big 6'2". What do I mean by that? Usually when I don't care if it's basketball, soccer, football, whatever, there's 6'2", and then there's a big 6'2". Big 6'2", you're over 6'2.5". So he's a big 6'2". Last season, the two-time first team all-GLIAC player posted 64 total tackles, 6 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, and a tackle loss. And that's in 13 games. He's got ball skills. If you watch the film on him, and I don't recommend highlights, watch actual game tapes. You want to know what college coaches, professional coaches do? They don't watch highlight tapes. Take the highlights, throw them in the trash, because if you can't produce a highlight reel, you're really not a very good player. Anybody out there can have a highlight reel. So anytime somebody says, go check out their highlights, say, nah, man, let's watch a game. Watch what they do in between plays. Watch the bad plays, not just the good plays. And that's where I would say he's a pretty impressive kid. You watch full game tape on him, and you can see why the coaches wanted to bring him in. You could also see why some teams talked about drafting him late in the overall draft. He didn't end up getting drafted. Probably enough people felt like they could get him if he wasn't drafted on their team. The Detroit Lions were simply the winners there. I'm not going to say he's going to make the 53-man roster because, again, this is going to be probably one of the deepest teams in the NFL. You're going to have a ton of good quality NFL-level players be unemployed by the Detroit Lions when it's all said and done. But this kid's probably going to put together some pretty good tape. I think he's got a real good shot. Me, myself, and I, selfishly as it may be, I probably would like to see Lauren Strickland and Ian Kennelly both win the backup spots, but I think you're going to have a lot of people battling for those spots. So we'll have to see who rises to the occasion and gets one of those coveted spots. All right, next to the 5 headlines now. Why do the Detroit Lions? I was going to cover this yesterday just because I want to hear what Pierce and a bunch of you guys had to say, but obviously, with the power issues, internet issues, and everything yesterday, didn't really get to do this one justice. But anyways, why do the Detroit Lions trust defensive end Marcus Davenport? Question mark. Story by John Macron. Detroit Lions on SI.com. I think it's a fair question to ask. Now, I'm going to go on record once again and say I like the guy. I think, especially with that contract that we put out there, it's really, there is zero risk. If he, flames out in the preseason, if he gets hurt again, the Lions can move on. Hey, pat him on the back. Here's a Twinkie and a Mountain Dew. You can go on with the rest of your day. There's no cap real penalties for it. That also being said, I think most of us also agree going into this offseason, just about everybody felt like the Lions needed to upgrade the defensive end spot opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Whether or not you think Zadarius Smith is coming back or not, I guess we'll wait and see. I personally do think. I know the Lions have talked a whole lot about Alaquin Muhammad, 20 other guys, but I think most of us want somebody who can really get out there, start, perform, etc. Lions appear to have a lot of chips in the middle of the table. They're going in on Davenport. We can debate this to the end of time. I think John Macron does a real good job with this story. Yes, anybody who watches the guy play, when he's healthy, can say this kid's got talent. He's got size. He's got passion. He's got a motor. He's got agility. He's got athleticism. We get it. He's got it all. But what doesn't he have? Availability. This guy hasn't been healthy in 5 years or something like that in the NFL. So why do you think, guys, in the Duke crew or anybody watching this later on in the day or whatever, What is it about Marcus Davenport that seems to have the Lions so glass-eyed focused on him that he could be an answer for him? If he stays healthy for, heck, I'll say 10 or more games, you probably hit a home run with that as little as you got invested into him in a contract. If he can't, though, it's just another camp body. And again, we're talking about a very deep Lions team. You keep this guy, you had to cut that guy in order to keep this guy. Is he worth the risk of keeping on the 53-man roster? And we're really only 6-7 weeks away from Lions training camp beginning, and then whatever it is, 2 months or something like that from the 53-man cut down. End of the day, do you think the Lions should keep him or move on from him? Let me know in the comments section. All right, Lions schedule, Kirk. Again, something I covered a little bit yesterday. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because we kind of covered it yesterday, but I also know yesterday's show was not very good, by what we normally do on the show. So just going to go over this real quick. Lions have caught a bit of a break when it comes to the schedule for one simple reason. We all get it. Hey, it's one of the toughest schedules in NFL history. They're going to play 9, top 10 quarterbacks on the road this year, yada, yada, yada. We all get it. We also get there's only one team in the NFL with fewer traveling miles in the air than the Detroit Lions. So Lions really are pretty lucky in that the vast majority of their games, they don't have to travel a long way. And the Lions are going to lead the NFL this year in most amount of rest days on average between games. Yes, they're going to have the Thanksgiving Day week where they play off only 4 days of rest or whatever. But other than that, throughout the rest of the season, there is no team in the NFL that will have more time off on average between game 1 and 2, etc., and so their players can rest up. I think that's a massive advantage in the NFL, especially as the NFL seems to be trending towards inevitably having games on 4 to maybe 5 days a week. I think you're going to see Monday night games, Sunday games, obviously, Thursday night games. There will even be sometimes here you have Saturday games. The Lions will be very lucky because most of the teams, especially later in the year, are going to have guys with almost no rest or only 2 or 3 days of rest before they get back on the practice fields. We all get it. This is a highly physical sport, highly taxing on the bodies. We're just talking about Marcus Davenport can't stay healthy. You might see a lot of teams struggling with the health situations just because the NFL is expanding its product more and more throughout the week, which means less and less rest for its athletes, which means you better have a deeper team because injuries are going to happen. Lions will be one of the few teams in the league that actually, for the most part, will average multiple 3 to 5 days of rest before they really get back at it for another team or another game. All right, Lions' 3 best trade targets to round out 2025 roster by clutch points. Whether or not the Lions are going to add anybody else or make trades, who knows? But you know what? Writers, reporters, everybody in between will talk about it. Number 1 on this list, hey, could it possibly happen? We'll go into it, but I think the funny part is the Lions were actually trying to sign this guy a year ago. Ladarius Sneed is a top target. There are reports out of Tennessee that apparently they're willing to ship him off, get some draft capital, move on from him. I did say on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being high, 1 being low, this is about a 1, in my opinion, for the Lions to go after him. Yes, he's a dang good cornerback. Yes, and he would definitely elevate the Lions defense, especially that secondary. You think about Terrion Arnold, Amik Robertson, the plus the safeties, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph. I mean, man, oh man, that secondary would be murder's row for any quarterback facing him, assuming you get a pass rush on him. But with that being said, also, I think the amount of investment financially into the Ladarius Sneed, that's probably going to be a deterrent for the Detroit Lions. All right, next would be Gorville Stewart would disrupt. And, hey, if anybody understands, we were just talking about it, getting more pressure on the quarterback, getting a defensive end who get after somebody. Could it be you could get this guy over here? The Lions have already added strong defensive line help. I think most of us agree by adding Tyreek Williams with the 28th pick. Williams is still recovering from an ACL, and there's no guarantee to be effective in his first season. So we'll see if they go after him also. Having him opposite Aiden Hutchinson on that defensive line, everybody would be happy about it. And the last one they list here, they say Chase Young would be a perfect complement here. I think Chase Young in a rotational aspect probably wouldn't be bad. But also keep in mind, 2 years ago, whatever, when the Lions were starving for pressure on the opposing quarterback, the Washington Commanders were willing to basically trade this guy for a bag of donuts and a Happy Meal. And the Lions didn't even, as far as I know, the Lions didn't even call about Chase Young. It's nothing against the guy. It just, for whatever reason, you start seeing the guy get traded for or traded out of Washington. San Francisco didn't resign him. The Saints had no issues or wants to keep him. Washington Commanders wanted him gone or were willing to trade him, I guess is how you could word it. Whatever you want to say, he just doesn't latch on and remain with any team. Does that sound like a Detroit Lions player to you? I'll let you guys debate it. Now, this next, the 5 headlines now, really does correlate and kind of be a segue into the main topic of the day. So, with that being said, Lions Amik Robertson sends emotional message ahead of 2025 OTAs. Athlon Sports story by Nikki Meyer. And you know what? You're going to see a commonality between what this story is and then Aiden Hutchinson news. Here it is. Amik Robertson, you guys can pull up the story, check it out. He wants to be a leader of this team. I think anybody who watched him play last year said, man, the expectations from the vast majority of the fan base, we could say, when the Lions acquired him, signed him in free agency a season ago, probably wasn't that high. But what did you see from, games, we'll say 1 through 4 to the final 4 games of the season, in regular season, postseason, etc.? You saw him really mature, kind of develop, become a leader of the team, vocally, on the field, everything in between. And yes, you saw that huge game against the Minnesota Vikings where he owned Jamar Jefferson, perhaps one of the NFL's best receivers, really made him look ineffective at best. So what we have here, Lions understand for a multitude of reasons they missed probably an opportunity to get to the Super Bowl last year. And it's no fault of their own, yada, yada. I'm not here to debate all that. But Robertson wants to come out and be more of a leader. And he came out yesterday and said, no excuses. We can all smoke. I love this explicitive team. We'll go with that. I guess I got to watch what I say here. But we also get it that, hey, he wants this team to be in the Super Bowl. He wants everybody to say, hey, when you come into OTAs here, you better come in laser focused, ready to put in the work and make each other better. Not just go through the motions, not just say, hey, what are the new terms? What are we doing here on the offense and defense? He wants guys to grind, and he wants to get in everybody's faces about it. He wants this season's Detroit Lions team, without a shadow of doubt, be in the Super Bowl and win it. He goes on to talk about all the talent they have, the great new coaching staffs are surrounding him. He believes everybody on this team understands last year was a disappointment, and they don't want to go through that again. He's going to put in his time, and you know what? I think there was some talk about maybe he wanted out of Detroit. He wanted a contract extension, didn't want to be here anymore if he didn't get an extension. I don't get that impression at all. I think Amik Robertson wants to be a Detroit Lion, not just this year, but in the foreseeable future. If he goes out and does anything like he's talking about, I think you should give him another contract because this is the type of dude you want on your team. This is the kind of guy that you know is going to hold everybody else responsible. You don't show up 2 seconds late. If you're not 15 minutes early, you are late. And this is the kind of guy that is watchdogging the team, watchdogging the locker room, and doing everything he can do to make sure this team, you know what, is going to be one of the best in the NFL the next upcoming season. All right, all that done, said out of the way. Let's segue in from that into the main topic of the day. Yesterday without the power and the internet, I having to do everything on my phone. Makes you really miss all these little bumps and videos you get to pop up, and plus being able to read the comment section here in a moment. All right, enough of that though. Hey, Lions got great news. This is coming in part from CBS Sports. Sharon McCarrison, amongst other reporters, did a bit of an interview with Aiden Hutchinson yesterday. Hey, we all get it. October 24, Aiden Hutchinson goes through a gruesome leg injury while sacking Dak Prescott, man, I can't talk this morning, of the Dallas Cowboys. It's just funny. He's leading the league in sacks, and he gets injured, friendly fire, while sacking. The leg injury, there was talk about it being the end of his career, talk about this, that, and the other thing. He'll never be the same, yada, yada, whatever you want to say. But you know what? Some of that has clearly filtered into Aiden Hutchinson. And one thing I don't think we've talked about enough is we all talk about, man, let him get right, let him get healthy, yada, yada, yada. Aiden Hutchinson, it would appear from these interviews, he is laser focused, sort of like Amik Robertson we were just talking about this upcoming season. He understands there's doubters against him. He understands what the team missed last year. He understands how much his injury impacted that team, and it appears he feels somewhat responsible for the Lions not getting to the promised land, that being the Super Bowl. So apparently, Hutch, who probably doesn't need a chip on his shoulder, now has a massive chip on his shoulders. He is apparently putting in so much grind and work. A lot of doctors are saying, man, he is so far ahead of schedule. They don't appear to have any kind of shadow of doubt that he will be fully 100% by week 1 of the NFL season. This guy is coming in every day and doing more and more work, more and more video. And I get some of you guys follow him on social media. You watch all of his different posts. But coming from different doctors with the Detroit Lions and medical staff, quote, it's a medical miracle. It's almost as if he's been fully recovered for a year now. Goes on to, I'm not going to give you all the quotes. We'll be here all day, but you get it. There are more and more of the doctors coming out and saying they've taken all the restrictions off him. Aiden Hutchinson is 100% at this point here today. Now, you still got about 2 months before training camp, about 3 months until the season gets here, etc. He's going to be as strong. That leg is going to be the muscles, everything around it, the hips. Don't forget the hips because the lower leg injury overcompensate one leg or the other. Most of you guys, if you ever busted up a knee or an ankle, you get what I'm talking about. Everything about him is way ahead of schedule, and it's going to be further ahead of schedule by the time the season gets here. It's quite possible. We all saw the war machine that was Aiden Hutchinson a season ago, how much he was destroying offensive linemen, getting the quarterback, the whole shebang-a-bang. He might be better this year. Let that sink in. He is coming in. Think about Amon-Ra St. Brown when he was drafted. Wanted to destroy everybody. Knew all the names of the 16 guys drafted ahead of him. And you see a ton of Lions draft picks like this where, hey, if somebody didn't take me, I'm going to go out and prove everybody wrong. Tom Brady it, Warren Moon it, whatever you want to say. This guy is coming in. It sounds like from talking about everybody in these interviews, talking about Aiden Hutchinson, talking about the grind he's putting in, the schedule he's putting in, all the extras he's putting in. We all might need to take a moment back and say, hey, instead of being worried about if he's going to be recovered or not, we might have to feel some sort of way about the other team and their offensive line. It does appear from these reports, Aiden Hutchinson, he's ready to unleash even more on the other teams. And we, as good as he looked last year, what if, I'm going to throw this out there, what if he's even better this year because of it? When you have something and then somebody takes away from you, what do you naturally want? You want that back. You want to do everything you can to get back to that. And it sounds like that's what's happening with Aiden. He had a scare. I think most of us would agree. When you're watching him down on Jerry's World's field, it's probably got to be going through his head then and there. Plus, when he's going over to the hospital, plus the surgeries, this might be the end. And the fact that it's not the end, think about how much more he probably appreciates what's around him. His family appreciates it. The urgency within him to prove the naysayers wrong, that yes, he can fully recover and then supersede it. It's just my opinion, but based on these interviews, these stories, sort of like you're hearing with Amik Robertson, hey, there's no days off, there's no time off. If you're not 15 minutes early, you are late. I think we might just see one of the most dominant performances this upcoming season we've ever seen, not just from a Detroit Lions defensive edge, but I think you might see one of the best defensive performances ever in the history of the league. We'll have to see if that holds water, but from everything you're getting, the grind, the passion, the look in his eyes when he's talking these videos to these reporters, I think he is as laser focused, pissed off, ready to get out there, not feel like he let the team down or anything that any of us have ever seen. He might just have a season for the record books. Yeah, obviously he's going to get doubled and triple teamed if this holds true, but he might just be the best thing on the Lions defensive line we've seen since, gosh, man, I don't know, Mike Kofer, Robert Porsche, Al Bubba Smith. I mean, whoever you want to throw out there. All right, Duco, you've heard me ramble on for about almost a half hour, so let's get over to you guys. See what you guys have to say. If you guys have any topics, thoughts, yada, yada, just go ahead and throw them in the comment section. We'll go from there. I'm scrolling to the top of the screen. Trust me. Just taking a minute here. All right, kicking us off, Michael D. Greetings, salutations, coach and Duke crew. Exclamation point, one pride. Woo! And back at you. Good to see you, my friend. Bo, good morning, Duke crew. Let me hits keep on coming. Exclamation point. Woo! I'll go with all of the above. Good to see you, man. JDC, morning all. Trey, and good morning to you, JDC, by the way. Trey, what's good, everybody? Question mark. Get your power back, coach. Yes, we got power and internet, so that helps. Most of our area doesn't even have cell service this morning in Battle Creek. I noticed that yesterday. Like I said, I had a closing. It was over Battle Creek-ish way. And it was funny. Once I got past, I want to say, Portage Road in Kalamazoo, and so I'm heading east towards Battle Creek, there was no cell service. I looked at my phone. I was like, what the heck? It said SOS, satellite and everything. So, yeah, I get a lot of that area. Apparently, that's where some tornadoes went through. Maybe they must have taken down the cell towers or something. All right, Server, good morning, Coach and everyone. Same to you. Jess, greetings, salutations, Duke Crew. Is it good news or bad? I would say it's good news. You guys let me know your determination, though. I don't think we can handle any bad news on Hutch. Need him, Aleem, back to really be deadly on D. Yeah, I think when they get back, and let's be fair, I would not anticipate Aleem McNeil back until November, maybe the end of November. But hopefully somewhere in that time frame, maybe even December, man. But when they're back and he's healthy, I think, yes, the Lions' defensive line will be pretty nice. Bo, from ice to thunder, storms are a thing. Need the Lions to have a storm of their own this year. Yes, a storm front taking out other teams' quarterbacks. Big Eddie, greetings, salutations. If Hutch is right and Davenport can stay healthy while rotating Smith, in your opinion, that's a top 5 defensive line. Yeah, and hopefully DJ Reader, who did stay healthy last year, hopefully he can continue that this year. Plus, Rookie Williams, hopefully he can mature, but I think the Lions got some depth over there. All right, JDC, getting real the D. Go Lions, back at you. Good to see you, my friend. Clark, hey, the power is back. Exclamation point. Congrats on that. I'm laughing out loud. It's the little things in life. It is, man. Sometimes you don't appreciate things until they're gone, and we were just talking about that with Aiden Hutchinson, so glad he will be back. Both the rest of the NFL looks at the Lions on their schedule and thinks something wicked this way come. Yes, I remember that movie and that book. Hey, good reference there. Server, I heard Hank Fraley's interview. The way he spoke made me almost think they drafted Ratledge to replace Ragnow more than Glasgow. I wonder what Frank told Brad, maybe last season, or retiring. Retirement's going to come for players. I don't care who you are at some point, but let's also be fair to Frank the Tank Ragnow. His body's been put through a whole lot. Yes, he's been a warrior and battled through it. He's also getting closer and closer to 30. I want to say he's 29 now. Somebody can fact check that and throw that in the comments section. But it's my anticipation he's probably got a couple seasons left, and maybe having, whether it's Miles Frazier or Tate Ratledge, somebody assume that role in time. I could see that happening. Hey, Burger Time. Good morning, Dan. Happy Saturday. One weekend closer to Lions football. Woo! Good to see you, my friend. As always, glad you're having a good one. Burger Time. Good morning, JDC. Go Lions. I like it. JDC, great morning at you, Berg. There you go. And have a good one, too. Stephanie, good morning, boys. Exclamation point. Silver. I think the team has a plan now in place for Ragnow's career ending in the next year or two. Yeah, I can see that. I'll love him, but the body is losing the injury battle, and unfortunately, that is true. Again, father time comes for us all. Some people, your playing career ends at 15. Some, it's 40. Most of us are probably in between, but it does come for all of us. Burger Time, same to you, bud. Bo, we all do eventually, Stephanie. Agreed with that. Agreed. France, Hutch continues to post videos on his recovery. The healing process appears to be going according to plan. Yeah, there hasn't been any setbacks, and to be honest, so I can't think of any Lions player who got injured last year that's had a setback. They seem to be doing a pretty dang good job with the recovery processes over there. Stephanie, I'm feeling pretty worn down and beat up these last 2 weeks myself, Bo. Laughing out loud. Yeah, I know you're going through everything for MMA, so yeah, you probably are feeling it. Server, not every good player is meant to have success in the NFL. Davenport, with great talent, has this very serious problem of fragility. I don't believe Lions count on him. They must be somebody coming. Yeah, could be. As I think, and I know I see Bo's next comment. I can relate to that. I think a lot of it with Davenport is just rotational purposes. Been wrong before, though. Or expectations, maybe. Hookadoo, good morning, Duke Crew, and a top of the morning bird time. Lions roar. I like the way you're thinking. Drake, I am just ready for training camp. Let's get the preseason underway so we can get a feeling of how we look. Yeah, get it underway, start understanding who's probably going to make the roster, who's not, and help some of the younger guys, whether drafted or undrafted, get developing. Steve, good morning, Coach Dad, and all of my Duke Crew brothers and sisters. Exclamation point. The NFL is not ready for what the Lions are going to bring this year. They are hungry like the wolf. Can't wait. Go Lions. Can I get a woo? Woo! You want a woo? I'll give you a woo. How about a 1, 2, and a, well, I got to scroll down on the screen, and a 3. And will you go? Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let's see, Silver Surfer, Stephanie Water. It is going to be interesting to see how this offensive line will shape up. And at that point, we will see the more clarity what some of their plans were. Yeah, give them time. I think they've got a lot of plans in place. Some of the bigger interest I have for the preseason, I want to see how some of the younger talent, not just necessarily rookies, but some of last year's rookies, how they've developed, just all that stuff. Because if some of the last 2 draft classes really do come around, so let's just say Giovanni Mann, who develops, Kobe Sorsdale, Broderick Martin, if any of those guys develop, Rakestraw develop, just think about how much deeper across the board this team is. Burger time. Good morning, Hookadoo. Hope all is well. Roar, Lions, roar. I'm ready for a deep playoff run, one pride. Let's get it all the way to the final game and then out to the podium. Hookadoo, understand how you feel. 30 years of being a dock worker, loading semis, knocks your body down a few pegs. I bet it does, man. No doubt about that. Burger time. That's a tough job, Hookadoo. Definitely tough on the body. Agreed. Silver against the Bills. Ragnow was beaten all game by defensive end Ed Oliver. That game left me concerned. We'll see. Yeah, and again, he was playing last year with a torn pec muscle, whatever I'm trying to say. And, hey, he had a bad game there, no doubt about it. But overall, I think he played pretty well last year. Gary, good morning, crew. Panthers time. It is about that time, isn't it? Silver on the waterfront. There you go, Bo. A lot of centers had problems with Oliver. Bad days happen. They do, man. They do. Even Michael Jordan missed the shot. Let's see. Susan Scott, what's going on with B.O.B.? Yesterday, everyone kept on getting banned. That I don't know. I do. Oh, boss up, ball out. I do know a couple of you guys text me about something about it, but I didn't have internet, so I had no idea. I was drinking Mountain Dew most of the day and doing what I could to stay busy. Bo, I could have been somebody. It could have been someone. Yep, Susan Scott, question mark. Really, Suzanne, I didn't see that. I did get bounced by the internet, but not by Kurt. Okay, maybe that was all it was. Internet issues. Susan, Kurt said the bot got in his channel and caused some trouble. That happens, man. It happens. See, Susan Scott. JDC, those blankety blank bots. There you go. Silver Server, Clark Griswold. I kept repeating to myself, quote, it's all about the little things in life, end quote. Especially the older you get. Wish I had learned it way earlier. Hey, join the group, man. We all have regrets about not learning faster. And I do tend to learn slow. Steve Rogers. Hutch looks good to me. Ready to get back on track? I think so. I won't be surprised. His numbers, his first 6 games next year might not be the same as what it was last year. But also, I think that could be a sign that other teams understand we've got to block this guy at all costs. Well, Hutch is looking good, Steven. There you go. Quentin, greetings, salutations, Dooku. Man, he's going to be just fine. Wait and see that boy about to eat up some quarterbacks. Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to get in the backfield. I think he's going to get to the running backs, quarterbacks, and he's probably going to command double teams a whole lot. Berg time. Derek from Lions Syndicate is always upset about his finances. So poor nice fans donate to him. He knows exactly what he's doing. All right. Yeah, that I don't know about, so I can't speak on that. Trim Reaver, good morning, Coach and Duke Crew. Woo! Back at you, 100%, my friend. Silver Server Bull, feel better already. I remember hoping the Lions drafted $1, but they got yet another defensive, tight end, Hutchinson. They did indeed. Sosmo, Lions fanatic Bird time. What did he do now? We'll find out. Voltron Force, good thing with coaches. I doubt we ever get him asking for donations. Yeah, I don't do that stuff. I know sometimes for different, people in the Duke Crew, I know a few of you guys have been affected over the years by this, that, and the other thing. I don't mind doing stuff like that, but I don't run ads other than, if you're looking to buy or sell property in the great state of Michigan, stuff like that I'll do, shameless plug to myself. But I'm sure most of you guys know, if you're a YouTuber, you get inundated with, hey, can you promote this product? Can you promote that product on your channel, your videos? And I just don't get into it, man. I would really have to be convinced that, hey, product A would help, everybody out there, at least 99% of you. And I don't think most of you are going to be interested in new wristwatches or, whatever else, man. You probably, I can only speak from my experiences, but most YouTubers probably get 3 to 10 emails a day. Can you sell this service, that service? Can you add this link on your channel? And just, I don't have any interest in it, man. It's not Lions related. Hookadoo, hey, Trim Reaper, we haven't been put in timeout yet today. No, you haven't, and you got to really push it for me to do that. Third time, talking about delaying his T-shirt launch because his funds are low, blah, blah, blah. He's such a, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about his T-shirts or anything like that, man. Bo, not for himself, Voltron. He has helped others. Okay, I'll go with that. Yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying, Bo. Yeah, if, like, I can't even remember. I think it was, I don't want to say their name on air, but there was a New Crew person who I want to say their house burnt down. They didn't have anything. So doing something like that to try to help people, I'm okay with that because it helps you guys. But I'm not doing any fundraising for anything else. Let's see, Five Fingers Freddy. How many people are without power again? Quite a few, man. Question mark. Feels like we just went through this a month ago. We did. Leonard. Yeah, a person. He's going to every road game. I can't stomach a full 12-minute podcast. It happens, man. It happens. Mr. Nico 3-Pete for the NFC North. I like the way you are thinking 100%. Let's just make it our division from here on out. Robert, welcome back. Morning, Dan and crew. Woo! Let's play some football. One pride. I like it. Hey, we're getting one day closer to it. I'd say the Lionel Hunberg times, he sounds like one of those old-time cable televangelists. Praise the edge rush. Brad Holmes is the devil. I'm down with that. Henry Moore, good morning, Coach Dan. Duke, what a team. What a podcast. What a time to be a Lions fan. Woo! And hey, good morning to you. Hookadoo. When I read the thumbnail today, I thought something not good was going on with Hutch. No, I think it's good news, man. I think he's, we probably should have identified this earlier and seen it coming. How about that? That with that injury, laying down the field, and again, we've all talked about it. You have somebody try to take something away from you, or you think maybe this is the end, and now it's not. Just how much more focused, how much more appreciative, how much more work do you put in? I think Hunch is going to be a monster this year. Well, that about sums it up. Okay. Silver Surfer, Hutch is great. I hope people don't call all of a sudden think he's a 20 sack per year defensive end based on last season, which he had 4.5 sacks in one game. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Too much pressure on him. Let him show the season. 100%. Go out there and just do it. Sounds like a good slogan. Just do it. JDC Hunt, to that. I'll go with that. Let's see. Brett, unsubscribed from Syndicate years ago when he was begging for money to go to a road game. Lame. Laughing out loud. Hey, people want to throw him money. I mean, it's their right. They want to give money. Give them money. Lauren Van Etch, good morning, Coach. It's a Duke and Coach Dan. Back at you. I know this is a busy time of year for you, Lauren. It's a Kerry, Lions fanatic, agreed. Derek has some real issues. I found that he doesn't like being told when he's wrong. He was smart with me. I can do without him. Fair enough. Murray time. Yeah, Brent, he blocked me since I called him out on one of his live feeds. It happens, man. It happens. Let's see. Big D, morning crew, and back at you. Kurt Steele, what up, Doe Crew? What's up, man of Steel? How was that seat on top of the iron statue or throne you have in front of Ford Field? Let's see. Jennifer, good morning. I'm glad you are safe. I'm glad you guys are all safe. So I know a lot of people, man, the last 2 days, it's been tough on them. JDC, Mother Nature, yeah, she was angry at somebody. I'd say, Mary, good morning, Duke Crew. Glad you got your power back. 100%, man. You know what? It's a little bit easier to do things with it. See, Lauren, I've hung out with Derek in person. He just super passionate. I'll go with that. Hey, passionate. Nothing wrong with that. It's good to have passion. Burger time. Lions Talk Live is number one, and Dan's the man. Hey, I am a man, and hey, I think, the Duke Crew is number one. I just enjoy being here. See, Lauren, good morning, Kurt, boss. Kurt is the boss. He is like the mastermind behind it all. Hookadoo, morning, Brett. He did have a sign that said, "We'll do nothing for a road trip to a Lions game." Hey, he wants to go to a Lions game. Kurt, good morning, Lauren. Sane Madali, good morning, everyone. And back at you, crew. Let's see, Brent. Woo! Coffee Lions Talk Live. Oh yeah, Andrew. That dude gets when someone in the comments disagrees with him and goes on around about it. Hey, some people are like that, man. They're very focused on their opinion, and that's what's right to them. JDC Father Time, tick, 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 every second of the day, man. Mike Marine Gunny, howdy, Dan and Duke Crew. Woo! And back at you, Gunny, as always. See, Art, now that the draft is come and gone and the schedule has been released, what's the next big news for training camp? Hopefully it's 99 resigning. My guesses are, and it's just a guess, we probably won't have news on that until somewhere maybe in the preseason. My guess is they're trying to give him this summer off. It's just a guess, though. The next big news would be OTAs coming up here fairly quickly. Phil, good morning. Good to see you, Phil. The new thumbnail. Lauren, Who's all that worked this great Saturday? Hey, I work 7 days a week, so I work hard, so you don't have to. At least that's my slogan. Bo, welcome to the Duke Crew. Madi, there we go. And Madi, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, let me know. I probably am, and I don't mean it intentionally. It's just I'm not good at that stuff. Phil, good too? Kurt, you're going to put me in a timeout today. Let's hope nobody gets in a timeout. Randy, thunderstorms took out your power? Question mark. During the ice storm, my road was without power for 8.5 days. Stay safe. People, Mother Nature is mad about something. You're not wrong with that, and hopefully you're okay there, Randy. James, I just got home from work. Welcome on back. Hey, kick back with the Duke Crew. Burger Time. He's funny and did have cash to go to NFC title game. All right. Well, hey, if people want donating money, that's their money. All right, Burger Time. Just a cautious donating to him. He's okay. Let's see, Phil. Pretty bumpy storm again last night. Yeah, man. Massive winds came through here for about 30 minutes, and then it just died right down. JDC, Lions storm front gathering in the distance. Hey, that's a storm front we need to unleash on other teams. Man Bear, good morning. Good morning to you too. Silver Sir, I know Hutch broke a bone and not a ligament. Correct with that. Still a devastating injury. You're not wrong, man. Super serious. That wrapped around Aleem's knee. Aleem's knee is going to take some time to fully be efficient. There you go. It sounds like they think he's 100%. I'm sure they can still re-strengthen things, get things better, but he seems pretty focused on getting on that field and, having a huge impact. Derek, good morning, coach and crew. Hopefully the power outage didn't affect the Duke Crew machine at the Cirque. Good to have you back. Hey, man, you know what? I got out, got there. All the lights on the road, all the stores seemed out around it. But you know what? The K ruled the day for me. JDC, Dre Force rocks, and he rolls. Trim Reaper. Before we get put in timeouts again, hey, no timeouts here, my friend. Big D, 151 watching, 29 likes. Come on, team. We are better than that. Yeah, if you guys can, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You guys get the gist, and thank you. Phil, because the Lions do things differently, the pundits get the Lions wrong consistently. You are not wrong. Sometimes when you do stuff outside the norm fights back against you, but it doesn't mean you're wrong. JDC, Puff, woo, Coffee, and Lions Talk Live. Sounds like a great start to the day. Trim Reaper, sure we don't say anything rude or offensive to be put in a timeout. You really gotta push it here. And hey, man, I can't make everybody happy. I do what I can to be as respectful to people as possible. As long as you don't come in here and talk, politics or poorly about each other, getting into do fights or something, I pretty much let it go. I've had to drop the hammer on a couple people over the years, but it's pretty minimum. Robert, he was a timeout edition, all right? The tryout edition, sorry. Let's see, Trim Reaper. We didn't say anything rude or offensive and didn't call me Shirley. Hey, that's a good thing. Brent, dark horse, undrafted free agent, running back Anthony Titus III from the Ohio Bobcats is a beast. 6'1", 226 pounds. That's a big bag. And looks like a younger version of Netflix. Yeah, I know people have been talking about him. He'll be one of the people who want to watch this preseason. Dre Day, if Shep thinks he's a dog and puts in as much work as he says that I trust for the pennies that the Lions are paying him for him. Yeah, 100% there. Marcus Davenport isn't getting paid hardly anything unless he can play every game. Then he starts getting paychecks. If he doesn't play, he doesn't get paid. Trim Reaper, glad you're back up to snuff, coach. Yeah, me too, man. Hey, what's this, man? Boom, boom, boom. And thank you very much, Burger Time. I will enjoy a delicious stew and a hot dog and leave Bobby a big tip. Just for you, man. Yeah, hey, you go ahead and do something like that. I need to do something for you. So how about this? Again, thank you very much, man. That'll help make my day and Bobby's day. JDC, we need a refill on the coffee. I just topped mine off. Yum. Hey, go enjoy it. Hookadoo. Trim Reaper, Kurt had a bot get into his channel. It wasn't Kurt. There you go. Somebody messed with this show. Phil is a equal sign, I guess, equaling. Bo, second cup coming. JDC. Woo! Trim Reaper. Thank you, Burger Time. Now Lieutenant Dan is going to be jacked up on Mountain Dew. Nothing wrong with that, man. I am going to enjoy that today. Sir, ticket price of question mark. Shame, I know, is going to be said that the way it goes, that this is how business works. That is always going to be the direction of blah, blah, blah. How long? For how long? I ask how long. Hey, everything gets more and more expensive. I can only tell you, man, I remember paying, 59 cents for a gallon of gas when I had my moped when I was 14 or 15. Well, it's no longer 59 cents, man. Let's see, Brent, Late start, first cup here. Enjoy it. Bird time. Why, Phil? Well, we'll find out. Hookadoo. I don't drink coffee, JDC, but I have my V8. There you go. JDC, smiling with the thumbs up. Mike Dwayne Gunny, I could have had a V8. You could have had one, man. Kurt Steele, I won't play a team coming off a bye week. Lions won't play a team coming off that. Kurt, help me out here. I want to say that might be the first time I can remember in like 5 or 6 years that's the case. Brett, and a good V8 morning to you too, Hookadoo. Phil, why what? We'll find out. I have no idea. Bo, I used to have a V8. There you go. Gunny, Hookadoo is smiling at Gunny. Try to remember, I don't think it was Kurt because he was talking to me as I was putting a timeout. All right. Off the top, back-to-back Thursdays help us on your shorter weeks. Correct with that, because then one of them is a full 7 days, and then you get 10 days off before a game. Server. Same thing for your player salary. People have been asking, when's the first $1 billion contract in pro sports? Meanwhile, many cannot afford eggs or even chickens if not on sale. How long? Hey, that I can't answer, man. And yes, I think you will see a $1 billion contract in the next 5 years. If not sooner. Burger time, you put question marks? Hey, hopefully you got the answers. Brett, V8 in my truck. There you go. Derek, I have coffee, JDC, but you can share some of that puffin stuff. There you go. Share away. Be a good friend. Hookadoo, Brent, Phil, I didn't put anything. I'm confused. I have no idea, man. I'm confused by your confusion because I'm confused what we're even talking about. JDC, Derek Calusis, here, there you go. Plan B. Frank, thank. Sup, East Side. Woo! Go Lions. Harry Moore. On my second cup, slept 8 hours. Feels like I slept too much. Anything over 6 to 7 hours is perfect. There you go. Jason, top of the morning, Duke Crew, exclamation point. The show of destiny has me up early in Minnesota. Woo! Hey, welcome to the show early. Good to see you. It feels like it's been a little minute since we've seen you, Jason. Bird time. That's where it says my name in the emoji and then question marks. All right, that I can't answer. Hookadoo, I only have a V6 in my Jeep, Brent. Off the top, Chicago game, the Chicago last game would be a primetime game. Yeah, I think most of us agree it's probably going to be flexed to be a primetime game, maybe even the game of the week, whatever, the 8 o'clock game. Frank Tank, Skip, Green Bay, Minnesota, Bears, Philly, Rams, NFL, go Lions. Hey, it's Lions versus everybody. How about that? JDC, Tree of Destiny. Hey, going to make an appearance later this year. Phil, sorry, I don't know. I don't know what we don't know. Carrie, V8, great stuff. Bird time, no worries. JDC, Jimmy Buffett, I don't know. Yep, there we go. Off the top, Chase Young career didn't pan out to be what I thought it would be coming out of college. Yeah, a lot of people had high expectations for whatever reasons. It didn't happen. Bird time. Lebanon, I thought I did something wrong. I don't think anybody has yet. Leonard, what do you got? Taki Vaki, the international rugby player, is a huge man, coach. That is also for a long shot to make the team. Yeah, I want to say he's with the Raiders. Like he originally was coming to the Lions, but then kind of backed out after 2 days and went to the Raiders. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's right. Hookadoo, Jason Berry, I'll have to donate Lions Christmas tree or ornament for the Tree of Destiny. There you go. Oh, saying thanks for the donation. Yes, thank you for the donation, 100%. Burger time. Okay, laughing. Phil, thank you. Burger time, my pleasure. Silver. By the way, give Anzalone at least a short extension for the fat pay raise. True Detroit likes youth, but Anzalone is definitely a true leader of men back there. Him and Kirby feel good about Reed also. Yeah, I think in time, Anzalone's probably going to get another extension. He's proven to be a team player here, captain, the whole shebang bang. Damien, happy Saturday, Dan, and salute to the Duke Crew, along with the greatest fans in the NFL. P.S. It's not even close. No, I think you're 100% right. The Detroit Lions fans, man, the fact that we've gone through the last gajillion years with all the bad stuff the team has gone through, and now have had the last few years, man, we've earned it. Bo, Amik has grit, 100%, and I think the Lions are going to probably take care of him. I don't see him leaving him, but we'll see what shakes out in time. Up top, this schedule will prime us for a playoff run. I think so, too. Depending on how we play versus certain teams, will let us know how far we can go. You want to wait for a young team like the Lions with so many young players to keep getting better and better and better throughout the season. You keep forcing them to play at a high level by playing elite competition. Hey, you either rise or you fall. So there will be one of two things that happen with the players. I think we'll rise. Patrick, I say another 15-2 season at the worst. Let's just make it 17-0 into the postseason. Robert, as long as Jefferson is in Minnesota, we should keep Robertson. I like the way you're thinking. Leonard, Amik Robertson, 2 thumbs up. Great clips on him, coach. I like the guy. I like him a ton, 100%. Trim Reaper, maturity isn't an age, it is a destination. Well said, my friend. I might have to use that. Oh, Trim, surely you just. Trim Reaper laughing. Derek, the Lions will be the only team in the NFC North with over 10 wins. I'm convinced of that. Could be right. Could be facts. Yep. Off the top, facts. Great day. Hutch is going to be a beast this year. He's going to play like you wouldn't even realize he was hurt last year. Woo! Yeah, I think, again, he's got massive chips on those shoulders to prove everybody, hey, nothing's wrong here. I'm still here. Trim Reaper, and don't call me Shirley Bo. We'll try to avoid that. JDC, wisdom comes with age. In my case, age comes along. All right? Damien, Hutch will be the terror in the NFL in the upcoming season. I think you're right. I think he's going to terrorize everybody who's in front of him. Robert, Hutch will have an NFL record year. Let's hope so. Oh, how about Shirley Joe? There you go. Hoogadoo. Yeah, I was going to be the crusher of quarterbacks. Hutch is going to be the crusher of quarterbacks. Oh, yeah, I hope so. And he might not always end up showing him the stat sheet as far as sacks, but how many pressures, how many times is he disrupting plays? Reversion to the mean. They said Colonel Steve Austin would never be the same. Hutch would be better than before. Man, and you think about with inflation, Hutch might be the billion-dollar man. Trim Reaper laughing, Robert laughing. Bo, better, faster, bigger, faster, stronger, all of the above. Trim Reaper, baby come back. There you go. Brett, cheeseheads are saying Hutch will never be the same. They're about to get a reality check. Oh, yeah, I'm down with that. Spoke in bones. How is Tesla doing? I think he's doing all right, man. You know, again, keep in mind, it's rookie OTAs, rookie camps, so it's the pajama Olympics. But from what you could see out there, you do see why a lot of reasons why a lot of teams, not just the Detroit Lions, want to go get him. So I think Isaac Tesla is going to be just fine with the Lions in time. Server. Lions edge position, Hutch, Davenport, nobody counts on him. Pascal, who is a hybrid interior defense lineman. Levi, a very good defense tackle who can seal the edge and has a fused spine. Ahmed, Pray Allah, and Muhammad. Yeah, Aliquid Muhammad. Yeah, and then if maybe you add in Zadarius Smith, man, that does look like a pretty good rotation. Version of the mean, remember, Hutchinson wasn't and hasn't been treated by the local urgent care. No, he hasn't. He's had some of the world's top doctors, recovery services afforded to him. Up top, Coach, do you think our defense line is good enough, or do we need another signing? I think we're going to get one, probably with Zadarius Smith. As far as it's good enough, the only thing I can say is I think positions 1, 2, and 3, so Hutch, both the defensive tackle spots, I don't think most of us have questions about that. It's going to be the other edge spot. But the Lions coaching staff, if we really believed in them to rebuild the team, and that includes the front office, they have said we're good enough. Now, we can all debate whether or not we think they're right, but right now, here's what we can say. They've been nothing for the most part but right during their tenure here, so I'm going to give them the nod and say, hey, they're probably right. Trim Reaper, what is the most popular sport in the 4th of July? Flag football. I'm down with that. Jennifer, so if the league keeps shorting recovery times, what about allowing 60-man rosters for rotation of players? I do think, Jennifer, especially if they add the 18th regular season game, they're going to have to bump up the rosters just to keep guys from getting so burned out. But also understand, the NFL is only interested in one thing, profitability. Robert, my cap is off to you. Coach Dan trying hard yesterday to be here for the Duke Crew. Exclamation point. Thank you. Hey, did what I could, man. Was working on the show, and then the internet went out. When I went out to get the dew afterwards, I saw why. Man, you had crews working up and down the streets trying to help things out, people without power, let alone the internet. Gary, now you said about Hutch what I said 2 months ago. He will overcompensate on everything, and his workout will be when injured. Yeah, I think he's going to be definitely very motivated to recover. Phil, one service doesn't even have the Lions seated. Bears and Green Bay are. Well, we'll see what shakes out. Service, fellow Lions fans, think Aleem not here this season. Everything else is gravy. Can't rush the big guys. Can't risk their careers. Lions don't do that. No, this regime, I think, is going to take real good care of the player. Make sure that they're okay. All right, got a couple minutes left. I'm going to start powering through, get people who haven't been on as much. Gary, Frank will say when he feels he's finished. Probably true. Leonard, greetings, salutations, Duke Crew, and Coach Dan. If Hutch and squad stay healthy, it's the top 3 defense, and defense wins championships. Let's go win the championship. Spot on with that, Leonard. Trim Reaper, keep it up, Stephanie. You got this. 100%. Robert, I think that the key for Davenport is not to let him get tired. Rotation, yeah, 100%. Broski Bot. Ooh, could be. Coming soon to a theater near you. Off the top, Detroit is becoming more and more of the world's team rather than just America's team. I think that's a well-said statement. Keith, good morning and greetings, salutations, Coach Dan and the Duke crew! Exclamation point. Go Lions all the way to the Super Bowl, 14-3. Woo! I like it indeed. Off the top, 15-plus sacks this year for Hutch. Let's make that happen. 25 sacks this year for Hutchinson. Man, I think it might be free Mountain Dew day at the Ford Field if he gets 25 sacks. Trey River laughing out loud. Yeah, I thought that is a mod that didn't like us putting us all in timeouts. Could be true. Jennifer, so what's going on with Anzalone? There's some speculation that maybe the team's going to give him a contract extension sooner versus later. Robert, more than some teams. I'll go with that. Phil, no merch, no begging. Coach has jobs. I've got about 20 jobs. But you know what? I love them all. I don't feel like I'm ever working. Let's see, Keith. Yes, exclamation point. Hutch will have over 15 sacks. Let's take that. Reversion to the mean. Coach is just holding out for the Mountain Dew sponsor. Let's go. You know what? I'll shamelessly say this. If the Pepsi Cola company, if you're listening or watching, if they want to sponsor the channel, I will accept gladly that donation. I'll put Mountain Dew across the board or whatever. Wear Mountain Dew t-shirts or whatever. DM5 TV. Good morning, Coach. Lions 12-5. Let's go. Let's make that happen. The Land of the Hunt Silver Surfer. As long as we have Davenport. Woo! Keith Hutch will also lead the league in quarterback hurries, plus quarterback sacks, and will be Defensive Player of the Year. Let's make that all happen, my friend. DM5. Davenport is finally going to live up to his potential. Coaches seem to believe in him, so I will too. Davenport with 9 sacks, Hutch with 18 sacks. That'd be a great year, man. Trim River, passionate enough to silence people you don't like. Well, Vander Esch, we'll find out. Hey, if you're going to be in social media or if you're going to be a reporter, any way, shape, or form, you're going to have people come after you, man. It's part of it. Bo, by the way, Duke Crew, Mahadi is Alim Sanian's father. He lives in Egypt. Hey, well, welcome to the show. And I'm probably not pronouncing the name right. I am working on Ahmed's name and your last name. So Hussein, I believe that's right. Let's see. Michael, wow, my day was thrown off yesterday. Coach is becoming a major part of my routine. Hey, well, welcome to it. You guys are part of my routine. So I get up, I get ready for work, I put on the show. I love it to death, man. Hopefully you guys do too. Michael, our center of the future is already on the team. Kingsley Uquana from Florida, last year's undrafted rookie from last year's class. Lions gave him the most guaranteed money in history for him. Hopefully you make it, man. That makes us stronger. Keith, by the way, I write in all caps because I need glasses. On disability, just can't afford them. No worries. Caps work for me. Yeah, no worries, man. You're totally fine with that. Do what works for you. That's what I try to say. Pierce, I heard Davenport named, so I was summoned. There you go. He's speaking 3 times in the mirror, and Pierce comes running after Davenport. It's JDC. Go Lions, go Tigers. I like the way you're thinking. Bo, no way, Pierce. You're late. Jennifer, Bobo's good to know. Welcome, Mahadli. There you go. Robert, Tigers. Let's see. Tigers something. Tigers. Yeah, Tiger symbol. Fire. Woo! I'll go with that. DM5, Pierce. Davenport with 9 sacks and only 2 missed games. Man, would that be a win. Michael, Hutch is today's Steve Austin. He's not human. He's a machine now. Hey, let's make him one heck of a machine we can unleash. Pierce, no, boat, no. And my bad 4 a.m. wake-up calls during the weeks drain you 100%. I don't know about it. Get your sleep when you can. Keith, Davenport will have a healthy year and plus 10-plus sacks. Robert, woo! Crew lives in destiny. There we go. I'm down with that. Pierce, DM5, I'd be happy if he played 8 games. Let's make it 8 or more. Hooker 100%. Hutch is 100%, 110% grit. I'll take that. JDC, I ain't scared. Go Lions off the top. When he puts put too much on Hutch, that's when you get injuries. 15-plus sacks is good enough. Hey, get what you can get, my friend. Thomas, the key to the Lions, health. I like the way you're thinking. Kate ain't pressed. I saw that on the internet. The NFL has us losing against the Vikings in the wild card game. We'll find out, man. But you know what? If they're predicting all that, they'll make a lot of money in Vegas. Thomas, to keep the players, we're going to have to increase ticket prices, and sooner or later, we're going to lose very good players because we can't pay everybody. No, we can't pay everybody. Ticket prices are going to go up. It's going to happen, man. Keith, sacking our way to a Super Bowl victory, exclamation point, over the Bills. 34-17. Woo! I'll take that. Phil, would grow Lieutenant Dan new legs. Yep, might, man. If it could make me taller, that'd be great too. Pierce, what makes this year different for Davenport when history and statistics suggest otherwise? Who knows? Maybe they got him on a due regimen now. K.A. Press, it was said that our offense will take a huge step back without Ben Johnson. I'm not so sure about that. I'm not going to say it's going to be massively better or different. I just think it's going to be about the same. That's just my personal opinion. DM5 TV, Pierce Sargent, he will. Pierce, how DM5? We'll find out. We are better. Hope Amin is the real deal. I think he might be, man, or maybe somebody else. Maybe they got eyes on something. Robert, when I was 12, cigarettes 35 cents a pack and 35 cents a gallon of gasoline. Back in the day, man. DM5, Davenport is committed to training and being resilient. The time is different. This time it is different. Let's hope so. KM Press, do you guys think our offense will have a huge setback without Ben Johnson? I don't. Bo, I'm so confused. I joined the group, man. Pierce, Bo, I'm just saying no. Hookadoo, that 10 days off last year bit us in the rear. And last year, though, we came out rusty. We did a little bit. I think we could have had some better game plans personally. JC, water under the bridge. Go, Davenport. He hope he comes through for the team. I hope so, too. Bo, bridge under the troubled waters, JDC, he says. ZD, I'm delivering mail south in Tampa, Florida, listening while I work. Hey, we'll whistle while you work, while you enjoy the do crew, and hopefully you have a do. Keith, Pierce, Davenport is due a good, healthy year. Hey, I guess you could say the law of averages eventually got to go this kid's way, right? Eventually he's going to have a healthy year. DM5K and Press, as long as we utilize Gibbs, we'll be fine. Running, catching, and screens, I'm down with that. Coach Rock, good morning. All on my way out for a golf fundraiser, but the weather isn't cooperating like good football, fall football weather. There you go. Pierce, he's not a starter, Davenport. We'll find out. Hookadoo, Simon and Garfunkel, Bo. I'll go with that. Simon and Garfunkel. K. Impressed. I sure hope so because I'm not sure about John Moore. Yeah, he's kind of an unknown. We'll see what he brings to the table. JDC, ZD, watch out for that blanking bitten dog that's around the corner. Look out indeed. Burger time. Good morning, Pierce, and I agree Davenport is no starter. Bo, unless you like golfing in the rain, Rock. Ooh, maybe say he does. Good time. Until he's proven us wrong. We'll go with that. Phil, Lions are the only team in the NFC Northeast Lake of West Michigan. Good call there. DM5K impressed. Him along with D. Shaw will be fine. He said he's going to, and he isn't going to change that much. I'll go with that. Yeah, he might just, if it's not broke, why try to fix it? K. Impress, I'm so sick and tired of cheeseheads and those dang Bears fans. They talk a lot of bejesus about the team. They do, but you know what? They've had a lot less ammunition the last few years. K. Impress, oh, okay, cool. DM5, JDC, Bo Booth, and the Lions have been troubled waters for ages. They have. But you know what? The water's been receding on that trouble the last 5 years. Keith, Phil, cool facts about the Lions east of Lake Michigan. This is true. Bo, we're finally crossing that bridge. We have, man. We're on the other side of it. JDC, smile and thumbs up. Hookadoo. Bo, the bridge water's too far. JDC, at 0-16, that bridge was. It was a tough year, man. And I had to cover that team that year. Talking about having to be creative with your writing. Bo, our own Operation Market Garden. There you go. Keith, Pierce, Davenport will start this year. We'll see, man. JDC, tick, tick, tick. It's woo time, 100%. Brett, bridge over the water, Kuwai, laughing out loud. Keith, 25 sacks. Yes. Phil, Stephanie training for Broski fight. I don't know if she's ever heard from Broski. I know I haven't. Gary, happy trails. Stay safe, crew. And back at you, DM5. If we don't have the injuries last year, our defense would have been pretty good. Looking for big things against big-time opponents. We have several on the schedule. Go Lions. Yeah, we have tons of opportunities to prove ourselves this year and even develop. Brett, happy trails. Exclamation point. One pride worldwide. Oh, yeah. Go have a great day, my friend. Randy, Kennelly is the kind of player I root for. Good luck, kid. Yeah, 100%. It's hard to root against some of these undrafted guys because their stories are so compelling. I think you're right, Randy. Bird time. Laughing out loud. I wish that would happen for you, Dan. There you go. Do sponsorship for Lions Talk Live. Hey, if anybody from the front offices of the Pepsi-Cola company are out there, I've been a lifelong advocate of your services. Hopefully you want to reciprocate and sponsor the channel. JDC, happy trails. Go Lions victory. Back at you. JDC, Motor City Duke crew. Brett has seen. I'm on it, man. I'm on it. Michael D, thanks, coach, for everything you do. I see what you did there. Exclamation point. Go Lions. Burger time. OG here. Love this channel. We love having you here, man. Bo, happy trails, dude, crew. All done dusted for another Saturday. See you tomorrow. We'll see you then. JDC, sit high in the saddle, fellow Lions Talk Livers. Have a great day, everybody. Trim Reaper, I'm reaching out to Mountain Dew Company on Coach's behalf. Thank you for that. Maybe if enough of us do coach, will get a sponsorship and set for life, man. Wouldn't that be the dream, man? Dale, good morning, everyone. Back at you, Dale. Hopefully you're having a great one. Brett, no for Pierce, laughing out loud. Ted, Davenport was hurt on a bush. I would agree with that last year. In his defense, the judo chop to the elbow, that was they should have flagged that. And then the fact that he went out with that all torn up, got a sleeve on it, and the guy went right back at it. To me, that shows intent. That doesn't happen 2 times in a row by mistake. So yeah, he got a hit put on him. Okay, time to get a petition for Pepsi to sponsor Lions Talk Live. I'm down with that. JDC, ban the bots. Let's ban them. Trim Reaper, let's do it. Do crew! Exclamation points. Woo! Trim Reaper. I think I know who doesn't like us Do Crew members. I think I know who doesn't. I wonder who does. I would think everybody likes you guys. Phil, $400 for standing room only at Ford Field. Ain't that something, man? JDC, Lanebow Field, home of the Lamers. Keith, do all the way, 100%. Exclamation points. K ain't press. Teams we might lose to: Baltimore, Washington, Philly, Pittsburgh, every team that we could beat. Yeah, I think we can beat everybody, but show respect for the teams you're facing. Understand they can beat you too. Ted Davenport was hurt on Bush League play. He would have played more if not for that. I agree with that 100%. Vincent E., good morning. Coach Dan and the Duke Crew. Love the show, Coach Dan. We love having you here, man. I try to make it as entertaining as possible. Phil, hope the Bears still live. Ben Johnson, when he throws a game, still like him. Yeah, 100%. JDC, Detroit Lions, rebuilding since 1957. Stay tuned to Coach Dan Lions Talk Live for more updates. Go Lions. Thank you for that. Pierce, laughing out loud. Morning. Brent, Hookadoo. Phil, he'll be fine by the end of the season. Let's hope so. Burger time. That year was rough. It was indeed, man. Let's see. Hookadoo, happy trails, Duke Crew. One pride worldwide. Back at you. Leonard, have a great day, Coach. Duke Crew, stay safe all. 100% true. Hopefully everybody is safe today. Phil, Broski watched this show and fumes about it. I have heard from a number of you guys that he goes off about being banned from the show from other channels. Hey, he made his own fate. I gave that dude over a year's worth of warnings. Eventually, though, man, you just got to say somebody's not going to be respectful. You give somebody 1,000 opportunities to zip it. They don't. They just don't care what you have to say. Let's see, Keith. No injuries would be nice. 17-0. Let's make that happen. JDC, Brent, bridge over Kawhi. And now I want to whistle. There you go. Brent laughing. Bo, me too, JDC. Hookadoo. JDC smiling, laughing. Phil, contact the distributor for a do. Let's do that. JDC, singing a song, whistling a song maybe. Off the top, why do you guys keep trying when we know Coach has a thing to do? Hey, there we go. There we go. Keep typing. My bad. JDC, time's up. Go home. Phil, chicka. There you go. JDC, off the top because I like to see Coach talking like an auctioneer. There you go. Earl, hey, good morning, Dan and Duke Crew. Back at you, Earl. Well, good to see you, my friend. All right, guys, you know the drill. If you haven't yet subscribed, Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Also, if you would be so kind, hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, hit all the buttons. If you guys can, have a great day. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. If there is breaking news later today, I'll get it over to you as quick as possible. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll see you guys all on the next Lions Talk Live. Have a good one, guys.
Excuse me, sir. Would you... Donations to Reverend Moon? Jews for Jesus? Read about Jehovah's Witness? How about Buddhism? Help Jerry's kids? Oh, yeah. Scientology? Or nuclear power?